Here we are at the 59th story of the Montparnasse Tower. The wind is quite high up here, and there's Helen, you can see her hair blowing on the right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wander around here, giving you a sweep of Paris, and then I'll probably add a commentary later on when I analyse in detail what everything is in view in a particular spot. Okay, well, somebody certainly sneezed there. So let's start off. Let's start off with the Eiffel Tower. Right, this is the signboard that they give you on periodic places round the top of the Montparnasse Tower. They don't actually correspond precisely, as I found out, with what you're actually seeing, so you have to take everything with a pinch of salt. I'll just pan slowly along here and you'll be able to get a picture of what there is. Well, as you've probably guessed, this is the Eiffel Tower, and I'll keep talking, though I'm not sure how much you'll be able to hear me above the wind. As you can see, that's the La Défense behind there. As I zoom back slowly, you'll be able to see there's Invalides on the right, and that's about as far as I can go. And that shows you the sort of view that you get from the Montparnasse Tower. Fortunately, you don't have to look at it, but when you're on it, you certainly get a good view. So I'll move now slightly to the right and show you the next view. Okay, well, we've moved to actually the other end of the Montparnasse Tower. You can see there's the Eiffel Tower on the left they're showing you, and Invalides. As we move slowly along, you see the Louvre come into view. Let's have a look at the real thing. Okay, there's the tower and the Invalides again, and I'll just pan around so you can see the Tuileries, Arc de Triomphe, and the beginning of the Louvre. Let's go in a bit, should we? So there's Place de la Concorde. So we move slowly, difficult to see much, up the Champs-Élysées. There is the Grand Palais, and we continue moving along, I hope, and there is the Arc de Triomphe. I'm sorry, the wind seems to have got up a bit now, but we'll continue on. And here is the Tuileries Gardens, and then the Louvre, as you can see. I'll come back and show you some more. The Louvre, it's massive, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. There's Saint-Sulpice, and of course we've got Saint-Germain just there. Okay, in spite of the wind, which has dropped slightly, I'll give it another go. There's Place de la Concorde, and we move along the Tuileries Gardens, and we're looking, here's the wind, we're looking at the Louvre. Just huge. I mean, imagine living there. Good grief, now when they have a revolution. When we drop down, we see Saint-Sulpice, and to the left of there, we just see Saint-Germain, the Church of Saint-Germain. Down there in that square below is the famous cafes, the De Major and Café. So coming back, past Saint-Sulpice, and we come into the Luxembourg Gardens and the Luxembourg Palace, which you see there. Beautiful gardens. We were in there the other day. You can see photos in the gallery. And then I come around the circle. There is the Pantheon, which is currently being repaired, as you can probably see, all the scaffolding around it. And then, of course, we move over where we are currently living, I might add, in the Marais, to Ile de Cité and, of course, Notre Dame. Okay, a respite from the wind, and so I'll zoom along here. You can probably hear the wind in the background. And this is what we've just been looking at. The opera's in the background, the Louvre, various churches, and here we are as we come up towards this side, Saint-Sulpice and the Jardin de Luxembourg. Now I've just realised that when I was showing you the Tuileries Gardens and the beginnings of the Louvre, completely forgot to mention Sacré-Cœur in the background. So here's another shot, and let's zoom in a bit, see if we can get you a better view of it. That's all I've got, I'm afraid. There's Sacré-Cœur, and also you can come down from there back towards the town. I can move across. Wrong way, sorry. There we have the Opera and the Palais Garnier. Looks quite different from this angle, doesn't it? Well, this is pretty much at the sharp end now. The wind is blowing a gale. It probably sounds like a tornado to you. A slight drop. There we are. We've got to push on. Père Lachaise in the top of the shot. Jardin de Luxembourg in the bottom. There's the Pantheon in the middle. And to the right, you just see the Jardin des Plantes. If I zoom in here, you'll be able to see, if you see that, right in front of you is, in the middle, is the Mosque de Paris. Quite impressive when you get closer to it, maybe not so much from this angle. Let's pull back. Well, this overlapping section shows the Saint-Sulpice, the Jardin de Luxembourg, Notre Dame, the Pantheon, and ends up where I sort of showed you, the Mosque de Paris there. As I said, it's not exactly in front of what you can see. Well, this section may not be quite so interesting as the rest. We're sort of opposite the Eiffel Tower now, as far as this tower, Montparnasse Tower, is concerned. And down below us we can see the Cimetière Montparnasse, the Montparnasse Cemetery. Now, Père Lachaise we saw in the background. This one also has quite a few famous people in it. It's well worth the visit, though I can tell you, if you haven't got a map, as you can see here, there are a lot of graves, and it's very difficult to find the places that you are looking for. Still, Man Ray's buried here, and close by there's a few odd places where he lived, and otherwise the same street, believe it or not, was used for the final scene in the film Breathless. The old film, the French film, rather than the newer Richard Gere version. So this is the board which starts with the Montparnasse cemetery. Sorry. Walking across, I haven't shown you this yet, but it's right into the sun actually, and the station, which I've got to say is pretty impressive in size. At least the line's running out of it, but not the most beautiful place in the world. And here's Helen, who's been very patiently waiting while I wander all over the place. Anyway, there we are. I shall give you a last shot to see if I can shoot into the sun and show you some of the Montparnasse station. As I said, there's a lot of trains.